Hello, all. So this is a video I've actually put off for a while because I've been trying to keep up with current events and whatever. So I want to talk about where the name Palestine comes from. Where do we get it from? Why do we call it that? First thing to bear in mind is that when I say that different people have used the same name, the name could be slightly different because names do change, not just over time, but also as you go from language to language. The other thing that you should bear in mind is that in Arabic, they don't actually have the P sound. They have they have the letter that in Hebrew script and Phoenician script, the three are very closely related. They have the same letter that makes the P sound, but it also makes the F sound in these other languages. So in Arabic, they just wherever people use a P, they just say an F. So instead of Palestine and Palestinian, they say Palestine and Palestinaim. And for anyone who's thinking my pronunciation sucks, you're not wrong. So where do we get it from? Well, the modern usage, it generally comes from the British. They call the place the Mandate of Palestine. But why did they call it that? They call it that because they took the place from the Turks, liberated rather, and the Turks call it that. Why did the Turks call it that? The Turks call it that because they took the place from the Arabs. And for you historians, yes, I am skipping over the Crusaders, the Mamluks, and the Mongols because that is unnecessary complication. Why did the Arabs call it that? The Arabs called it that because they conquered the place from the Byzantines, and the Byzantines call it that. Why did the Byzantines call it that? The Byzantines called the place Palestine because they inherited the place from the Roman Empire. Remember, the Byzantines started as the Eastern Roman Empire. Why did the Romans call it that? The Romans called the place that because after they conquered the kingdom of Judea, and just in case you're wondering, the similarity between the place called Judea and the people called Jews is not a coincidence. After the Romans conquered the kingdom of Judea, the Judean people revolted against the Roman Empire 3 times. This was a really big deal. Both historians and people there at the time have opined that if these revolutions had succeeded, it might have caused a downfall of the Roman Empire. But they did not succeed. The Romans put them down brutally, killed a lot of people, and after the 3rd revolt was put down, the Romans were so angry that they tried to literally destroy the Judean people. Everyone was either killed or enslaved. They destroyed almost all of Jerusalem. According to accounts, only a single wall and a single tower were left standing. The wall, incidentally, is the Western Wall in Jerusalem, which is the most holy site in Judaism. And they banned any surviving Judean people, Jews, from returning there on pain of death. And they renamed the place Philistia. Now, they didn't just make that name up. They took the name from actually the biblical Philistines. So there might be some people now thinking, aha, there is historical evidence of Palestinian people being there from so long ago. Well, the Philistines were Greeks, not Arabs. But I digress. So that's where the name Palestine comes from. So when Zionists today say that the idea of Palestine was invented specifically to deny Jews the connection with their historical homeland, they're not wrong. Just, it happened a lot longer ago than most people know about. So that's it. I am not saying that because of any of this, the people today called Palestinians do not have any right to the land they live on. I would not say that at all. I just want people to know where this comes from. What is this about? Because if you're going to have any kind of involvement in events going on here, and a lot of people want to, then you really should know where things come from. And that's what this channel is all about. So thank you for tuning in, and please comment below, like, share, subscribe, ask questions. I want to hear from you. I'd love to interact with you in any way I can. And have a good night. Bye.